We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work and gotta toss them out. I'm really biting, they just barking out. I'm really riding, they just parking now. His street, what to talk about. See the big H when I'm walking out.
This game, like, listen, it doesn't get much better than Frankfurt Galaxy versus the Rhein Fire. All right,
No.
This is the pretty girl at the dance. If I had to give an analogy, right? We have an epic quarterback class up, which is becoming kind of a thing in the ELF between Jacob Sullivan and Jadrian Clark. Both currently records sit at 2-2 in the 4 matches that they played. If there's any team that's had a great offseason in terms of providing depth, man, it's the Rhein Fire. They are loaded in terms of guys that, may not start, but could start for other teams, just generally speaking. So for this one, I think, can Frankfurt do enough offensively to match what could potentially be a high-scoring offense with the Rhein Fire? Obviously, bringing in Andrew Weidinger, who's head coach of Barcelona, but more so controlling or coaching that offense now. We've seen what he did with Zach last year. Can he do the same for Jadrian? This is going to be a great matchup. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I can't wait. Look, the Rhein Fire are the team. I've said, I'm looking forward to this team, but it's nearing on a super team. I think they're that good. You just look. I mean, look, defensively, yes, but offensively, it is just it's crazy. Jadrian came in. People questioned Jadrian when he came back into the league. Yeah, and I personally, I've always liked Jadrian. I think he's a good QB. And you just look, so you got look at the wide receiver room. You got you got Mahungu, you've got Kofi, you've got Robitaille, and that's just like those three could all be wide receiver ones around the ELF. And for me, that is just, and then run by Weidinger. And we saw what you mentioned last year with what he did with Zach, and what you had Carl Sweet, Mara Flores, Benjamin Plu. He used all of those options, and he's gonna be able to do that at the Rhein Fire. And their O-line, they're known for being strong on the O-line, and
they not only did they bring back their O-line from last year, but they've also stole a guy from Frankfurt in Christensen. I think he played center to strengthen that O-line. So the Rhein Fire are just out here, obviously making big signings, but guys that fit in terms of what Coach Tom Sula wants to do. Who do you have in this game?
I've got the Rhein Fire in this game. I just feel home team. We talked about those signings, the feeling that they're going to have, the backing. I just feel that team is just going in such a insane direction. Yeah, I just think they're going to hit the ground running, and I'm probably going to regret these words. I don't think it's going to be close. Personally, I really think I think the Fire could run away with it. I'm talking
really
10, 14 points. Yeah.
I'm going with the Frankfurt Galaxy. I think we have a return of the Guardian of the Galaxy defense, right? I think Josh Posnowski's coming back. Welcome back, Sebastian Gauthier, who was injured all last year. They signed Jamalcolm Liggins, cornerback from the Raiders. They signed Tony Anderson, defensive back from the Raiders. They're bringing in Bardell Robbins, DB, who played in Nevada. I think if any team has the guys to match up with the Rhein Fire, it's the Frankfurt Galaxy. I think they have the guys to stop the run. I think they have the guys to defend the pass. Now, the question is going to be, can they do enough offensively where they're not relying on Reese and Jacob Sullivan to carry them, right? Show me a little bit of Nico Strawman. Show me a little bit of Nico Lester, who played for Barcelona, is now going to be offensive weapon for the Galaxy. I think this game is going to be a great game. I think if any team can match up with the Rhein Fire, it's going to be the Frankfurt Galaxy. And Frankfurt's always played big in big games. We think championship game versus the Sea Devils, or they were the underdog. We think last year the only team to beat the Vienna Vikings, right? Going into their opener last year. I think it's when they played Rhein Fire.
Yeah, it was fire. Yeah,
yeah, and how close that game was. I think if any team can match up with the Rhein Fire, it's the Frankfurt Galaxy. I think they have the guys to do it. This is gonna be a close one. All right, this is gonna be a close one. Maybe like a 24-21 type of game or 21-17. We shall see. But I'm gonna rock with the Frankfurt Galaxy to win this game.
Cool. Yeah, at least we chat. We went different on the last two, which is good. Which is good.
Not by force either. I really believe. We really believe those picks. So
for sure.
Hey, well, week 1 kicks off tomorrow. This is what we've been waiting for. All right, these are the games, the time of the year we've been waiting to see. I hope everyone has signed up and got their pass. ELF has done a lot in terms of streaming, so hopefully there's no glitches tomorrow. But I'm excited. Before we end this thing out,